So I wanted to take a second to address this comment because I think it's a really good question. For the accommodations application, there's actually two different written sections. You have your personal statement, which I touched on in this last video that I did, and you also have to answer a couple of questions as well. As far as the questions that you have to answer for the application, they ask you about your history of receiving prior accommodations. They also ask you what other strategies you currently use to manage your disability or your diagnoses. They also ask you a follow-up question to the last one on why your current strategies aren't enough and why you need accommodations. And then for the last question, they ask you why the accommodations are necessary. As far as how I personally approached the writing portions of the application, started with a blank document and then just filled out in chronological order my history with my disabilities and their origins and how they affect my day-to-day life. So I think starting out with a list of chronological order of basically when your disability or diagnosis started and then working down was super helpful. From there, I just filled in each section. So I think I had 10 bullet points by the end, so I just filled in each bullet point with a story or some additional background supporting that bullet point. From there, I just tried to rewrite it to make it flow better. So basically just rewrite it as you would any paper, and did a couple of draft versions. I didn't use a service to edit it. I just threw it into ChatGPT at the very end and asked ChatGPT to edit it, which is a free resource that you can use to basically edit any of your papers, and I found it super helpful. I hope that this answers your question, and if you have any other questions or if you want someone to read over the application that you decide to write, I'd be more than happy to provide you feedback or send you the document that I wrote.